Welcome to the deep dive. Okay, 48 hours. That's quite a time frame people sometimes talk about for manifesting, serious money.
It's definitely provocative, isn't it?
It is. And I get it. You might hear that and think, okay, sounds a bit, unrealistic.
Sure, the skepticism is natural.
But hang on, because we're not really talking about lottery wins or, pure luck here.
No, not at all. We're diving into these powerful ideas, the kind someone like Neville Goddard explored.
Right. Ideas that suggest we actually have this ability, this inner power to shape our financial situation from the inside.
Exactly. It's not about waiting for something outside to happen. Goddard really pointed towards our inner world, what we believe, what we assume to be true as the actual starting point, the blueprint.
Okay, so that's our mission today then. Really get into Goddard's practical side, how our beliefs about money shape things, and crucially, how we can consciously change them.
That's the plan. We want to unpack the mechanics of it based on his perspective.
Good. Because as we start, I think it's worth asking yourself this question. That common feeling, that getting wealthy is hard. It's a struggle.
Yeah, that grind mentality.
Is that like a fundamental rule? Or is it maybe more about limits we've put on ourselves without realizing it?
That's really the core question, isn't it? And when you look at Goddard's work, belief is just foundational. It's everything.
The bedrock, you said.
Absolutely. The bedrock for deliberately creating anything. Think about it like this. Your consciousness, it's like a projector.
Yeah.
And your life, your circumstances, your bank balance, that's the movie playing out on the screen.
Makes sense.
So what determines the movie? It's the film strip you've put in the projector. And that film strip, that's your deep-seated beliefs, often the ones you're not even aware of.
Okay, let's talk about that film strip then. What kind of limiting beliefs about money are we often running? The common ones.
Oh, there are so many. And they often start young, like the idea you have to work incredibly hard, sacrifice everything just to get ahead financially.
Yeah, the no pain, no gain idea applied to money.
Exactly. Or maybe a subtle feeling that wealthy people are somehow greedy or unethical, that having money creates moral problems.
Right, or maybe just feeling like struggle is normal for me, like that's just how it is in my family or something.
That too. Or even a kind of hidden fear. Like, what if having a lot of money made me unsafe or isolated me?
I hadn't thought about that one as much.
These things, even if they're subconscious, they act just like that film. They're constantly projecting that reality onto your screen of life. It's like believing, I'm always unlucky. You'll tend to notice and experience things that seem to confirm it.
So it filters your perception too.
Definitely. A belief in scarcity can make you literally blind to opportunities for abundance that are right there.
Wow. Okay, so if these beliefs are running the show, how do we actually change the film? It feels pretty fundamental.
And that's the empowering part of Goddard's message. He insisted we can change the film. The turning point is making a really clear internal decision.
A decision about what?
About your own worthiness. Deciding, knowing deep down that you deserve abundance, that you are capable of having wealth, that financial ease is natural for you.
So it's an internal conviction.
Yes, and it's not just positive thinking. It's a shift in your state of being. He called it assuming the state of the wish fulfilled. This inner decision creates what you could call a causal shift.
Causal shift.
Yeah.
Meaning it actually causes things to change.
It changes the energetic pattern you're putting out, and the universe, or however you want to frame it, starts rearranging things externally to match that new inner reality. It's like you've changed the instructions.
That's a completely different way of looking at it. Not being a victim of circumstances, but the director.
Exactly. You hold the creative power. Which brings us right to the next key piece, the imagination.
Imagination. Goddard talked a lot about that.
He did. He called it the workshop of God. Not just daydreaming, but the actual place where reality begins.
The workshop. So like where things are built first.
Precisely. Think about anything ever created, a chair, a phone, a building. It started as an idea, an image, held in someone's imagination. Manifesting money works the same way. It starts in that inner workshop.
Okay, so how do we use this workshop for, say, manifesting that sum of money we talked about?
Right.
It can't just be wishing.
Right. It needs active sensory engagement. Goddard suggested really dedicating time to go into that workshop.
Like meditation?
Sort of, yeah. Quieting the outside noise, closing your eyes, and then building a scene. A really vivid scene that implies your desire is already real.
Implies it's real. How?
The key is focusing on the end result. Feeling what it's like to have the money, not worrying about how it's going to show up.
Okay, give me an example. What does that look like practically?
Engage your senses. If it's cash, imagine feeling the bills, maybe the smell of new money. See yourself counting it.
Okay.
If it's a bank balance, picture logging in, seeing that number right there on the screen. Feel the relief flooding through you.
The feeling again.
Always the feeling. What does having that money allow you to do or be? Imagine that. Paying off a debt. Feel the weight lift, booking a trip, see the destination, smell the air, hear the sounds.
So making it as real as possible internally.
Yes. Because Goddard taught that the subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between something vividly imagined and something physically experienced.
That's a big statement.
It is. And when you consistently practice this vivid imagining with feeling, you're planting a very powerful seed in your subconscious.
Planting the seed. I like that. And this connects to another big Goddard idea, doesn't it? Living in the end.
It absolutely does. They work hand in hand.
What does living in the end really mean in practice?
It's about shifting your whole state of being, your internal posture, you could say. You start thinking from the state of already having what you desire, not of the state looking towards it.
So it's an inside job first, not necessarily running out and spending money you don't have.
Exactly. It's about adopting the feeling and the assumptions of the person who already has that financial freedom. You act as if internally.
How do we do that day to day? What are some practical ways?
Well, start when you wake up. Before you even check your phone or worry about the day, consciously bring up feelings of peace, security, abundance.
Okay.
Ask yourself, if that money was already here, how would I feel right now? Would you be calmer, more confident, maybe more generous?
Probably all of the above.
So feel that now. Carry that feeling with you. Notice how someone financially secure might walk or talk. It's not about faking it, but embodying that inner state.
Shifting your internal center of gravity away from lack.
Precisely. Away from reacting to current bank balances or bills and operating from that inner conviction of already having enough, of being fulfilled. Remember, Goddard saw outer circumstances as just shadows of past thinking.
Shadows.
Yeah, they don't have power over your present state unless you give it to them. Living in the end means choosing your inner state of abundance despite appearances.
So you stop being an effect and start being the cause.
You got it. You're claiming your power as the creator of your experience.
And feeling is central to this. Goddard's famous line, feeling is the secret. Why is emotion so critical?
Because emotion is the fuel. It's the energy that takes your imagined scene and propels it into reality.
The blueprint needs power.
Exactly. The image in your mind is the blueprint, but the feeling gives it the charge, the vibrational frequency. Visualizing while feeling doubtful or needy sends a very different signal than visualizing while feeling genuine joy, relief, security.
Gratitude.
Gratitude is important here too.
Immensely. Feeling grateful now for the abundance that is on its way or that you are claiming as already yours in spirit. These positive high-frequency feelings, joy, gratitude, security, freedom, they act like a magnet.
A magnet for abundance.
Yes. The universe, consciousness, whatever term you use, it responds to the dominant feeling you consistently radiate.
So it's not just thinking I am wealthy, it's feeling wealthy. Yes. Can you deliberately generate that feeling? Can you practice gratitude before the evidence shows up? Can you feel secure even when things seem uncertain? That consistent feeling is a declaration.
A declaration that this is real now.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've got beliefs, imagination, living in the end, feeling. Goddard also talk about words, right? Spoken words, inner talk.
Absolutely. Words are creative acts in themselves that carry vibration.
How so?
Well, think about how words shape your beliefs. They definitely influence your emotions. They help construct the reality you perceive. Saying, I can't afford it over and over.
Reinforces the lack.
Totally. It digs that groove deeper in your subconscious. But when you consciously choose words of abundance, words that affirm prosperity...
Like affirmations.
Yes, affirmations can be powerful tools if used correctly according to this perspective.
What's the correct way?
Stating them in the present tense as if it's already true. Large sums of money come to me easily. Or, I'm enjoying financial freedom, not I want or I will have.
That was intense.
Yeah.
Got it.
And saying them with feeling, with belief. Consistent repetition helps overwrite those old limiting programs. But it's also about your general inner chatter.
Monitoring the self-talk.
Constantly catching yourself when you drift into lack or worry, and gently, firmly redirecting your thoughts back to the assumption of abundance. Your words are like decrees you issue.
Decrees to your subconscious and to the universe.
That's a good way to put it.
It's a lot of inner work. Feels very active, very intentional.
It is. It requires conscious effort.
Is there anything that helps make this whole process, well, flow better? Maybe even faster?
Yes, and this might sound a bit paradoxical at first. It's about balancing focus with detachment.
Focus and detachment. How does that work?
You need that clear, steady focus on the end result, the feeling, the state of having the wealth. Keep that vision clear in your imagination.
Okay, the focus part makes sense.
But, and this is key, you also need to release your grip on how it has to happen and exactly when.
Let go of the specifics. That feels hard if you really want something.
It can be, but obsessing over the how, trying to figure it all out and control every step, that usually comes from doubt. It actually creates resistance.
Resistance, how?
It's like planting that seed we talked about and then digging it up every few hours to see if it's sprouting. You disrupt the natural process.
Oh, okay. So detachment is like trusting the seed will grow.
Exactly. Trusting the intelligence of the universe or your deeper mind to handle the orchestration. Your job is what the clear desire felt as real. The universe's job is the how.
And the universe might have better ideas about the how than I do.
Almost certainly. Its ways are often far more ingenious and unexpected than we can logically plan.
So it's like ordering from a cosmic catalog. You place the order clearly, then trust delivery.
That's a great analogy. You state your desire through focused imagination and feeling, and then you trust the system. You don't keep calling customer service asking where the package is.
Right. And that detachment, it probably feels better too, right? Less anxiety.
Huge difference. It frees you from worry, keeps your vibration high, and actually makes you more receptive to spotting those inspired ideas or opportunities when they pop up.
So letting go actually speeds things up.
Paradoxically, yes. Trust accelerates the process.
Okay, wow. So let's recap these key threads from Goddard. It starts with our beliefs, the blueprint.
Foundation.
Then using our imagination as the workshop, vividly feeling the end result, engaging all the senses.
Making it real inside.
Then living in the end, embodying that feeling, that assumption of already having it day to day.
Shifting your state of being.
Emotion being the fuel, the secret sauce that gives it power.
Absolutely crucial.
Our words, inner and outer, being creative decrees.
Shaping reality.
And finally, this balance. Sharp focus on the end state, but detaching from the how and when.
Yeah.
Trusting the process.
That's a great summary and really is about aligning that inner world beliefs, imagination, feelings, words with the reality you want to see on the outside.
Becoming, inside, the person who already has it.
Assuming that state. Feeling it real now.
It really drives home that the power isn't out there somewhere. It's right here within us.
Always. As Goddard often implied, from that perspective of infinite potential, the wealth you desire, it already exists. It's in the unseen, just waiting for you to claim it by aligning your consciousness with it.
That's a powerful thought to sit with.
It really is. And maybe that's the question for you listening right now.
Yeah.
Which piece of this resonates most? Where do you feel the biggest opportunity for a shift? Is it the beliefs, the imagining, the feeling, learning to let go?
Definitely gives us all something to think about. This has been an incredibly insightful, a real deep dive into a different way of seeing things.
It's potent stuff. It really challenges us to take responsibility for our inner world.
It certainly does. A fantastic reminder of our own creative power.